Welcome to the Center for Black Studies at Northern Illinois University's Pre-Kwanzaa Celebration. We hope you all are blessed by the festivities on today. And please like, share, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff. We are celebrating Kwanzaa. Let us take a moment for our African Pledge by Sisters.
Go. African Pledge for the promotion of Black power, for the triumph of Black nationhood. I pledge to my African nation, to the building of better people and a better world. My total devotion, my total resource, and the total power of my more life. Kushinda.
Now we will have the Black National Anthem by Kirk Franklin.
I like this part right here. Come on.
Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the
on.
Till victory is won.
Now we add a little something to it. Just to encourage you. We're going to take you to church later. Let's go.
We'll keep marching right until the victory is won.
To all my brothers out there.
Hold your head up, brothers, till the victory is won.
To all my sisters in the struggle.
Keep believing, sisters, till the victory is won.
Till that day.
Till that day comes.
Hey.
Let us march on.
To victory.
Till victory is won. Is won.
Now we'll have a brief history of Kwanzaa. Check it out.
Kwanzaa is a celebration of African American culture and heritage that starts on December 26th. It lasts until January 1st, and each of the 7 days is dedicated to a different principle that can help shape a community. Things such as creativity, faith, unity, and cooperation. People talk about the principles while gathering around a table decorated with fruits, corn, and other crops. They light red, black, and green candles. Sometimes people drum or play music. On the 6th day, there's a feast, and on the 7th day, people exchange gifts. Presents to children are supposed to include books and symbols of African heritage. Kwanzaa was first celebrated in 1966, so it's pretty new, but it's based on ancient African harvest festivals. The creators of the holiday encouraged African Americans to think about the culture they have in common and to use it to keep their families and communities strong. And that's Kwanzaa.
Greetings, everyone, from the staff at the Center for Black Studies. My name is Derek Smith. I've been working at the center for 25 years now. And I was here in the beginning when we got this building. We got the building in 94, I think, and I was here in 95. So Kwanzaa has been a part of this building for ever since I've been here. And we've celebrated Kwanzaa before that time. And we have to look about and thank Dr. Malana Karanga, who started and created Kwanzaa, which means 7 principles in the Gusu Saba. And we have it as the 7 days after Christmas and right up to New Year's. The whole concept of Christmas is for me, when you start to develop a consciousness, it's about raising the level of white supremacy within your consciousness. Because even baby Jesus was an African. And now you have Egypt in the Middle East. And that was, and that's really entertaining. Let me go back on that. Egypt is not in Africa anymore. And all of the rich history that Egypt had about, Africa and dealing with Africa is just amazing how you can take Egypt out of Africa with a man-made canal, the Suez Canal, and call it the Middle East. And like one student said to me, Mr. Smith, where's the Middle West? And I told, you tell me. So you take this part of Africa that's got all the biblical locations, and you say now that it's the Middle East, so it doesn't look like it wasn't African, but it was all African. And even Jesus' name, the J, wasn't even created at that time. And it was historians that say his name was Yahshua. So to get us back into what we need to be and what we need to be doing, thinking about as Black people, and raising our consciousness and raising our level economically, politically, socially, spiritually, we have to think about what's the greatness in us. Because in this country, they take away our power and empower them. So what we want to do with Kwanzaa is empower the Black community again, empower individuals so they can do something and continue to create like we used to. We don't create a lot no more. And we need to get into our greatness and do the things we did to get us where we are today. So Kwanzaa, it should be of the utmost importance for most of us, for all of us, and especially in DeKalb. And my thing is that I would love to see the day when our students and our organizations really take Kwanzaa seriously. Because we need to really take that seriously, because it's a blueprint on how we can rebuild and become those people again, what they call the chosen people, and bring peace to America, because America is in dire need of people that can come up and make some changes and make things happen. So Kwanzaa, we thank you, Dr. Malana Karanga. And I just want everybody to participate and listen and do with the things that we're going to do for this Kwanzaa program. And study on your own. Study about what Kwanzaa is about. Study the principles, because the principles are good for individuals, for communities, and for Black people as a whole here in this country. So we need to get an understanding, raise our level of consciousness, and do the things that we want to do in this holiday season. And remember, through this holiday season, there's also a celebration of us that came here as slaves 400 years ago. And now we're trying to lift ourselves out of the second-class status that we've occurred here in America through systemic racism. And at this moment in time, with the coronavirus, and a consciousness about racism and systemic racism, it's really important that we really get into Kwanzaa and understand that this is one of the knowledge builders and escape from what we call white supremacy into a world of where everybody is created equal and everybody has equal leverage on what they do and what they say. Everybody has equal opportunity. Everybody has equal access. Those are the things that we need to be working on, and those are things that the only way we can get to that point if we get a consciousness of ourselves. And that's what Kwanzaa is, raising your Black consciousness. So I hope everybody that's listening here today understands the importance of trying to find out about who you are and what you are, because you know how the saying goes, if you don't know where you come from, how you know where you're going? So let's get on the ball and let's start learning about ourselves. And it's really, 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 really exciting when you really get into it. I love you. Keep your heads up, stay safe, and stay black. Peace.
Now we'll have our student organizations break down the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. Let's look at the first principle, Umoja.
Hey, my name is Capricia. I am the president of Sisters.
Hello, my name is Biasha and I'm the secretary of Sisters.
Hi, my name is Tyler and I'm the program chair of Sisters.
Hi, my name is Amaya. I'm the assistant program chair of Sisters.
Hello, my name is Paris and I'm the program chair of Sisters.
Hello, my name is Jane and I'm Sisters Relations.
Hello, my name is Ariel and I'm a journalist. Sisters was founded in 1975, right here at Northern Illinois University. Today, we are going to be showcasing our principle of Kwanzaa.
Umoja, unity. Together we are one. We can do everything better together than alone.
Without my sisters, I am nothing.
Let's look at the second principle, Kuji Jakalia.
My name is Devlin Collins, and I serve as president of the NAACP on NIU's campus.
My name is Leah. I serve as the treasurer of the NAACP on campus.
My name is Salam, and I serve as secretary of the NAACP.
I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I can no longer accept. Angela Davis. The second day of Kwanzaa celebrates Kujichagulia, self-determination. To embody the principle of self-determination is to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. Nulana Karenga describes self-determination as the right and responsibility to exist as a people and create our own unique contribution to the forward flow of human history.
The NAACP strives to embody this principle by working to identify, address, and eliminate racial disparities. Our mission is to secure the political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights in order to eliminate race-based discrimination and ensure the health and well-being of all persons. The mission is focused on combating race-based obstacles that may hold you back as you mold your own future. We act as a resource to our community in order to aid those as they pursue their ambitions here at NIU.
Though we stand together as a community, it is important that we as individuals have our own motivations for self-determination. The social issues that have been voiced this year have created great momentum for real change. However, without further action, momentum halts. It is through self-determination that one achieves change. We must all fight to achieve our goals because no one else will do it for us. Every one of us has a right to exist, a right to be treated equally, a right to speak our mind and leave our impact on the world. Today, it is imperative for us to not only voice our views, but to fight for the futures we envision. We must defend our dream in order to achieve our ambitions.
Here's the third principle of Kwanzaa, Ujima.
John Henrik Clark Honor Society practices responsibility and collective work by participating in the domestic violence video, where JHC made a poster in unity to fight against domestic violence. JHC also hosted a walk for breast cancer awareness, where we highlighted the struggles and hardships of breast cancer, but also the inspiration of the survivors that are fighting this disease every day. JHC holds itself to a high caliber with our work in the community. All responsibilities are taken seriously, and the collective work to better ourselves and the community.
Now let's look at the fourth principle of Kwanzaa, Ujamaa.
Hello, my name is Ann Edwards, and I am the director of the Center for Black Studies. I am honored to present the fourth principle of Kwanzaa, Ujamaa, or cooperative economics. Ujamaa means to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses and to profit from them together. The fourth principle is essentially a commitment to the practice of shared social wealth and the work necessary to achieve it. Ujamaa literally means familyhood. Ujamaa also stresses self-reliance in the building, strengthening, and controlling of the economics of our own community. Black people have a history of cooperative economics, from the Susus of many African and Caribbean communities to the Greenwood District, also known as Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Annie Malone and Madam C.J. Walker, to the many other Black entrepreneurs and business owners who champion the importance of Black ownership and support. The Census Annual Business Survey found that in 2017, there were 124,000 Black-owned businesses, primarily in the healthcare and social services industries. And these are the businesses that have employees. While the 2017 survey did not account for those without employees, a previous report in 2012 accounted 2.5 million Black-owned businesses. The census did report, however, that 5% or 852,000 of the Black working population were self-employed. This is a disproportionately smaller share than of that of traditional business owners. In addition to starting businesses, it's critical that the Black community support Black-owned businesses, with some reports claiming Black people have a collective spending power of $47.8 million, and that Black people outpace the spending of other races. It is critical that the spirit of Black entrepreneurship and support for Black-owned businesses continues as a base of building Black wealth. We light the red candle in honor of Ujamaa.
Let's look at the fifth principle of Kwanzaa, Nia.
Hello, we are Ebony Women Sisterhood and Service Organization. My name is Nia.
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Kennedy. Ebony Women was founded on April 7, 2001 by 13 wonderful women here on NIU campus. This organization's function is
To unify and uplift women on Northern Illinois University's campus by promoting community service, providing programs, addressing issues of women of all cultures, and promoting unity among women, thus benefiting the community of Northern Illinois University.
NIA, to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community and to restore our people to their traditional greatness. NIA, the fifth day of Kwanzaa, meaning purpose. On the fifth day of Kwanzaa, December 30th, we light the candle representing NIA. It encourages us to look within, to not only make decisions for ourselves, but to thus benefit our community as a whole. The NIA is defined by her 4 principles.
The first concept of NIA is collective vocation, which is described as our shared responsibility to build, develop, and defend our community to ensure our people's traditional greatness. We need to remember that we are more than just slavery and oppression. We are kings and queens in our own rights, and we also have a very strong legacy. Each and every day, we are setting trends in today's society. We also need to remember that we were able to create our own customs, even after our own culture was stripped away from us. The most important fact to remember is that we are not the conquered, but instead the conquerors.
The second concept of NIA purpose is the heirs and custodians of a great legacy. This reminds us that it is our inheritance and our collective responsibility to preserve it and pass it on to future generations. Remember, what we do affects others. Our lives have the power to produce good and produce evil. It is important to choose the good. This is the symbol, Nefer, meaning the symbol of beauty and good. The third concept of NIA is generational responsibility. Bulana Karenga, founder of Kwanzaa, meaning first fruits, translated generational responsibility as our words and actions represent a choice to fulfill or portray our cultural responsibility for future generations of African Americans. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Our choices, good or bad, defies us in the eyes of others and shows that no one gets left behind. For the fourth and final concept, it is displayed as the joining of social and personal purposes. Meaning, in our time of need, we must show we are stronger as one to create a stronger unity.
It is imperative for us to know as African Americans that yes, we are strong as individuals, but we are stronger when we are a unified community. So it is up to us to use our talents to work towards a common goal.
Now let's take a look at the sixth principle of Kwanzaa, Kuumba.
Hello, my name is Calvin Jackson. I'm a junior psychology major, and I serve as the president for the Association of Black Psychologists.
My name is Raymond Haynes. I'm a nursing major. I'm a junior, and I serve as the third app of the Association of Black Psychologists.
Hi, my name is Billy Evans Jr. I'm a business administration major. I'm also a junior, and I serve as the director of orientation for the Association of Black Psychologists.
The principle that the Association of Black Psychologists have is Kumba. Kumba means creativity, which also means to perform the acts that leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. ABSI believes that we are all creators in ways. If it's just waking up, doing your hair, or figuring out the best outfit to wear. In life, we all create our own path to success. Black people are one of the biggest innovators in this country, whether it comes to dance moves, music, abstract thinking, or black businesses.
I noticed the need and demand for barbering not only within my community at home, but here on the campus of Northern Illinois. None of this would be possible without creativity. Also, I am a musician. Playing the drums and piano my whole life has definitely enhanced my creative abilities because I had to separate myself from other musicians around me. Doing so has landed me the opportunity to play for a few musicians.
An important way that we can leave our community more beneficial and beautiful in ways in which we inherited it is to open Black-owned businesses. Did you know that Black people have the shortest amount of dollar rotation time when it comes to our community? In fact, the Black dollar only stays inside the Black community for 6 hours. Opening a Black-owned business will be able to not only service our people, but it will also be able to build wealth, which will then turn into generational wealth. And that will be a great way to leave our community more beneficial in which we inherit.
Now we'll look at the seventh principle, Imani.
On the seventh and final day of Kwanzaa, we celebrate the principle of Imani, or faith. It's the belief in the Creator and the fact that the beauty of our Blackness comes by way of us being made in the image of that Creator. So we look inside and above as we strive for a higher level of spirituality, individually and collectively. We look inside because the spirit of that Creator resides in us, and we look communally to partner with our brothers and sisters so that we can elevate to a new level of spirituality together. It's our faith that gives us the confidence that we can triumph over any challenge that comes our way in life. It kept our foreparents in the Mayafa through 300 years of chattel slavery, through the Jim Crow South, through the Civil Rights Movement, and today, even in the midst of the Black Lives Matter movement. Faith subsides our fears as we, in the words of Dr. King, take a step even when we don't see a staircase. Faith empowers us to fight for justice and equality, though we fight against an evil racist institution, believing that one day that we will receive the justice that's owed to us. Believing one day that there will be a reckoning of justice for Tulsa, Oklahoma, for Rosewood, Florida, for Emmett Till, for Fred Hampton, for Trayvon Martin, for Michael Brown, for Breonna Taylor, for Ahmaud Arbery, for George Floyd, and the countless others lynched for nothing more than the color of their skin. It's our faith that grounds our hope in a better future, that eradicates racism and sexism and homophobia and classism and oppression, and sees the liberation of our people.
It's Paige Monet from Boy Poets on Mic, and this piece is called Kwanzaa's Colors. 7 days of celebration passed down from generation to generation, not about God, but about our cultural representation. A holiday with 3 colors, that's red, black, and green, with black in the center to represent our unity. Our Blackness brings us together. Together we can cry out our past pains and our future glories. We stand here together with our brothers and sisters to celebrate these 7 days. Red represents the bloodshed of those who came before us, because they did this for us, struggling day by day so that we could get to where we are today. Green represents healing from the days when we was the master slave. Kwanzaa is a celebration of our roots, not just the ones embedded in our skin, but the roots of the cotton we no longer have to pick because our ancestors did the dirty work on their hands and knees. So just like Martin, we could have a dream. 7 days of celebration passed down from generation to generation, not about God, but about our cultural representation. Thank you.
On behalf of the Center for Black Studies, we want to say thank you for viewing our Pre-Kwanzaa celebration. These are our grassroots, and we will grow together as a family in love, in unity, in strength, in power, and in peace. Stay black. Stay strong. Never forget, you are young, you are gifted, and black.